Very good morning, class. So as you all know, we have already started with lesson number 5 of our secretarial practice, and the name of the lesson is deposits. Yesterday, we started with the topic terms and conditions for acceptance of deposits, and we finished the first 10 points out of 20. The remaining 10 we are going to complete today. So continuing with the same answer, terms and conditions for acceptance of deposit. Do you all remember the smart code class which I gave you all yesterday? If not, no worries. You can revise it once again. The smart code was अपना जस्सी NC कॉलेज का ड्रॉप आउट है, out of which we finished अपना जस्सी and NC. Today we'll be completing the remaining college ka dropout hai part. Okay. So continuing with the points further. C. Point number 11. In your textbook, it is given as point number 8. So circular or advertisement. This point is very important, class, which you have to pay focus and understand it. Now in this particular point, you have 4 different parts, that is A, B, C and D. So let's cover all these points one by one. Circular or advertisement. If a company invites deposits from the members, it issues a circular. But if it invites deposits from the public, then the company has to issue an advertisement. So I hope you all are clear with the topic, class. Circular is issued when the company is inviting deposit from its own members. So it passes a circular. But when it collects deposits from the public, at that time it has to issue an advertisement. Contents of circular or advertisement. Now, what all things are or should be included in the circular or advertisement? That is, क्या कुछ चीजें हैं जो public या members को पता होनी चाहिए before they give their money to the company. Number 1, statement about the financial position of the company. So when you are asking for deposits from the public or members, you have to show your financial position. That means कल को आप उनका पैसा वापस लौटाने की हैसियत रखते हो या नहीं, that the members or public should know. Point number 2, the portion of secured and unsecured deposit of fresh issue. So the portion means how much part of the secured deposits you are issuing and how much part of unsecured deposits you are issuing, that you should know. So for example, if you're asking for 70% of deposit, out of that 70%, maybe 25% are secured deposits and the remaining are unsecured deposits. So the segregation, the division of secured and unsecured should be disclosed to the public. Point number 3, the credit rating obtained from a credit rating agency. This is applicable only for eligible public company. So private company and normal public company need not disclose this. But if it is an eligible public company, we already saw the meaning. So if you all are not aware of what is eligible public company, please refer to the part 1 of this video. So you'll understand what is the difference between eligible public company and the other companies. So if it is an eligible public company, credit rating has to be included in the circular or advertisement. Details of the scheme. Now what are the scheme you are offering in case of deposit? That details you should mention. Name of the deposit trustees. Yesterday we saw the point. Who are the deposit trustees? So unka name and details should be given. Amount due towards deposits of any previous deposits accepted by the company. So you should disclose that previously you had collected and this much is pending. So वो सब चीजें भी आपको disclose करनी है so that the current public or members can come to know कि if you all are taking deposits, are you in a position to repay those deposits back or not? So I'm giving you 2 minutes to revise all the points of A. So point A क्या बोलता है? What are the contents of a circular or advertisement? So what all points are included? The financial position of the company, the division of secured and unsecured deposits the company is offering, then credit rating if it is eligible public company, then name of the deposit trustees, the details of the scheme, and amount due if any previous deposits are accepted for the same. So are you all clear with the A part? All right. Now coming to the B part, filing of the circular or advertisement with the ROCs. Now, as all these procedures are legal and the company is included, so everything has to be filed with the ROC and the ROC has to be kept updated. So company has to file a copy of the circular or advertisement signed by all the directors with the ROC. So you have to, once your circular or advertisement is ready, you have to file it with the ROC for the same. And it should be signed by all the directors of the company. Point number C, issue of circular or advertisement. Only after 30 days of filing a copy of circular or advertisement with the ROC, the company can issue the circular or advertisement. So once you have filed your copy, your original document with the ROC, then you can issue it and make it public or give it to your members. Company can send the circulars to the members through post, speed post or email. For inviting the public, the company has to publish the advertisement in one English newspaper and one vernacular newspaper having wide range of circulation in the state where the company's registered office is located. So if the company is forwarding the circular, it can do it by sending emails, by registered post or speed post. If the company is inviting the public, then उसको क्या करना है? It has to issue the advertisement in one English newspaper like Times of India हो सकता है, Hindustan Times हो सकता है, as in case of India I'm talking. Okay, Economic Times हो सकता है. Then in one vernacular language as well, जिस भी स्टेट में कंपनी का ऑफिस लोकेटेड है. So for example, if the office is located in Maharashtra state, then it has to give advertisement in local newspaper like Pudhari हो सकता है, लोक सत्ता हो सकता है. Okay, so if it is registered in any other state, तो उसका local newspaper में it has to issue the advertisement. So I will clear with the C part also. So we saw what all details should be included in circular or advertisement. Then you have to file that with the ROC. After filing, you can issue it to the members or public. Validity. Now, ऐसा नहीं है कि issue किया तो रहेगा ही permanent. No, there is some validity. There is some time limit कि कब तक valid है that circular or advertisement. The circular or advertisement is valid for 6 months from the end of the financial year in which it was issued or the date on which the AGM was held, whichever is earlier. So the validity of this particular issue or advertisement will be minimum 6 months, okay? If not 6 months, and that too at the end of financial year. I hope what is the end? It always starts on 1st April and ends on 31st March. Correct? तो मार्च से 6 महीना कितना हो गया? April, May, June, July, August, September, or the AGM which is held. So as we saw in total 15 months, 2 AGMs should be held, correct? So whichever is the earlier of the company, till that time the circular or advertisement is valid. So I hope this particular point is very clear to you all. The point is very easy to remember. And if any doubt, you can just go through it once or ask me for the same. So moving on to the next point. Terms and conditions for acceptance of deposit. NC college ka dropout hai. Remember the smart code. So we finished college ka C. Now you have dropout wala D. Now this dropout wala D stands for deposit insurance. Yesterday, if you remember class, we saw this particular point. In this, it is included that deposit insurance means what? Insurance means what? A kind of protection we take na against any damage that will happen to us in the future. Like आप गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस निकलवाते हो, खुद के लाइफ का इंश्योरेंस निकलवाते हो, correct? In the same way, whenever you're giving any money to the company can also remove the deposit insurance. Now, what is deposit insurance? If the amount of deposit plus interest on it is up to 20,000 rupees, then the deposit insurance has to be taken by the company. So if the money which you are giving and the interest included together amounts to 20,000 rupees, then only the deposit insurance will be removed by the company at least 30 days before the issue of circular or advertisement. So if the company expects कि हाँ भाई 20,000 तक का तो deposit we'll be getting, including the interest, so the company can remove the deposit insurance for the same. That is 1 month before the issue of circular or advertisement. Coming to the next point, drop out. So there are two O's. Out of that, the first O is obtain credit ratings. So as we saw in the previous point, credit ratings has to be obtained only by eligible public companies. So the company has to get the credit rating of its deposit and include the same in its circular or advertisement. The credit rating agency gives the ratings based on the net worth of the company, the liquidity position, the ability to repay, etc. Ratings shall be obtained every year until the tenure of deposit. So except eligible public company, private and a normal public company, if not, it's not compulsory for them to obtain the credit rating. Open DRR account. Now what is DRR account? It is not debenture redemption revenue account. It is deposit repayment reserve account. So now we are talking in terms of deposit. So that is why a company has to open a deposit repayment reserve account in a scheduled bank. Every year on or before 30th April, the company has to deposit an amount not less than 15% of the amount of the deposits maturing during the current year and the following financial year. So a deposit repayment reserve account खोला जाता है scheduled bank के साथ, जिसमें every year या तो 30th June या before 30th April, sorry, not June, the company has to deposit an amount not less than 15% of the amount of deposits maturing. तो जितने deposits mature हो रहे हैं, it should not be less than 15%. मतलब minimum 15% or more money it can deposit of maturing deposits during the current year and the following financial year. आने वाला जो year है और current year है, उसका मिला के जो deposits mature हो रहे हैं this year as well as the next year. Because usually अपना financial year कब start होता है? 1st April to 31st March. So if it is starting in 1st April 2020, so it will end in 31st March 2021. So इसीलिए बोल रहे हैं the deposits which are maturing during the current year and the following financial year, the amount should be more than 15% of the deposits maturing. उतना पैसा कंपनी को scheduled bank के DRR account में डालना पड़ता है so that it can show and see कि it will be in a position to repay back. जिनके deposits mature हो रहे हैं उनको उनका पैसा वापस दे सके. So we have finished 4 points. C, circular or advertisement. Next is deposit insurance, obtain credit rating and open a DRR account, that is deposit repayment reserve account. Now again dropout का जो D है, you have another D. There are 2 D's basically. So the next is deposit receipt. What is a receipt? For example, आप कोई भी shop में जाके सामान खरीदते हो, you ask for a bill, right? You tell give me the bill of it. So bill is what? The proof. कल को कुछ problem हुआ product में, you can take the bill and go to the shop and get it done, whatever has to be done. So you can show the bill, you have a proof कि आपने वो चीज यहाँ से खरीदी थी. In the same way, when you're giving money to the company, what is the proof that you gave the money? So when you deposit your money into the company gives you a deposit receipt. So the issuing deposit receipt to the depositors within 21 days. Sorry for the mistake over here. Within 21 days from the date of receipt of money or realization of check, whichever is earlier. It is signed by the officer duly appointed by the board of directors. It contains the name and address of the depositor, the amount of the deposit, the rate of interest payable, and date on which it is to be repaid. So receipt may everything is included and it is issued within 21 days. As soon as the money is given by the depositor to the company or realization of check, whichever is earlier. It includes the name of the depositor, kitna amount diya hai, what is the rate of interest the depositor will get, and when will the company pay back the amount back to the depositor. Everything is included in that. So followed, what is a deposit receipt? Okay. So we finished 2 D's and 2 O's. Now coming to dropout ka R. Register of deposit. Now as we have seen in previous chapters class, register of members hota hai, register of debenture holders hota hai. In that, whoever is allotted the shares or allotted the debentures, un sab ke naam, the secretary enters in that register. In the same way, those people who are giving the deposit to the company, unka naam kahan pe jayega? Register of deposits. So the company maintains a separate register for deposits accepted or renewed at its registered office. Now there are 2 possibilities: accepting fresh deposits or renewing the older ones. So uske 2 different registers are maintained. One is for acceptance and one is for renewal. The details of both the deposits and the depositors should be entered in the register of deposits within 7 days from the date of issue of deposit receipt. So once the deposit receipt is given to the depositors, within a week, that is 7 days, the secretary will enter all the names of the depositors and the deposit amount in the register of deposits. Coming to the next point, return of deposit. So again, there are 2 R's, as you can see. The return of deposit on or before 30th June of every month, a company has to file with the ROC the return of deposit. This gives the details of deposit with the company as on 31st March of that year. So as I told you, as everything related to the company is legal, and ROC is the person who has to be informed and kept updated with. So again, the ROC के साथ file करना पड़ता है return of deposit on or before 30th June of every month. 30th June of every year it should be. So this gives the details of deposits with the company as on 31st March of that particular year. So again, sorry for this particular mistake over here. It should be every year, not month. All right. Continuing forward, terms and conditions for acceptance of deposit. Again, you can see there is a D over here. Disclosure in financial statements. A company has to disclose in its financial statements by way of notes the money which are received from the directors or their relatives in case of a private company. So whenever the company is disclosing the financial statement, as we saw the first point, A part, circular wala, usme tha na, the company has to issue the financial position. So whenever the company issues the disclosure, especially in case of a private company, एक नोट करके separate heading देना होता है in which it shows the money which is received from the directors or their relatives. That has to be disclosed. As you can see, there is another R. So there are 3 D's and 3 R's. Okay. And 2 O's. Right to alter the terms and conditions. Now all these are the terms and conditions, right? Whatever we are studying. Now, the company has no right to alter the terms and conditions directly or indirectly related to deposit or the deposit trust deed or the deposit insurance contract once the circular is issued and deposits are collected by the company. If the circulars are issued, if the advertisement is released, if the company gets the deposits, then company के पास कोई right नहीं है to alter any of the terms and conditions, या तो deposit amount से हो, या deposit trust deed का हो, या deposit insurance contract related हो. It has no right to alter any terms or contracts. Clear? So finally, coming to last point, drop out ka P, punishment. By the Companies Act 2013, an officer of the company who is in default for contravention of the provisions of the Act is punishable for fraud. In case of Maharashtra, the Maharashtra government has passed Maharashtra Protection of Interest of Depositors in Financial Establishment Act 1999 to protect the interest of the depositors. अगर कोई ऑफिसर या कंपनी डिफॉल्ट में आता है in case of anything related to repayment of deposits या depositors के हित के खिलाफ जाने में, then he is punishable under the act for fraud. Okay. So as far as our Maharashtra state is concerned, the Maharashtra government has already passed Maharashtra Protection of Interest of Depositors in Financial Establishment Act 1999 to protect the interest of the depositors. So Maharashtra जहां तक concerned है, आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, because you are already protected, your interests are already protected under the act. So with this class, the terms and conditions for acceptance of deposits, all 20 points are covered. I hope you all are clear with the topic. Before we wind off, there's an important note given in your textbook. As we saw the points of circular and advertisement, point number A and B, that was related to disclosing your financial position and distribution of secured and unsecured portion wala jo hai. Point number 10 and 13 is not applicable to private companies. So these 3 points, point number 8, A and B, point number 10, which we saw yesterday, that is creating charge on assets, and point number 13 that we saw just now, these all are not applicable to private companies which accepts deposits from its members not exceeding 100% of the aggregate of its paid up capital and free reserves. So this is an important point which you have to note. Also, what is the difference between a loan and a public deposits? Loans are basically any sum which is borrowed by the company and repaid instantly or when demanded by the lender. So loans are demand deposits also, you can say. So या तो वो instantly भर दिया जाता है, या when the depositor demands, you have to pay them back. But as far as deposits are concerned, they are any sum which is borrowed by the company, but they are repaid only after maturity date, only after a fixed maturity period. That is why yesterday we saw point number 3, no acceptance of demand deposits, correct? So that is the difference between a loan and a deposit in case of a company. So class, I hope you all can go through all these points, and if any doubt, please let me know. Topic for tomorrow, we'll be focusing on what is the procedure for accepting the deposits from the public. So as you all saw, the company can either collect deposits from the public or its members. So tomorrow we'll be starting with procedure for accepting deposits from the public. So till then, take care, stay safe, and yes, again a small request, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and click on the like button as well and the bell icon. And if you feel that the video is really beneficial, please share the link with your other friends so that you as well as they can both get the benefit out of it. All right. So we stop here for today, and thank you so much for listening to me.